YouTube, welcome back to another video. Hope your guys' day is going well. Hope your guys' weekend was blessed as well. Today's Tuesday, however, it is Monday of the workout week. I had to take yesterday off because I'm always a big advocate, guys, of making sure that you're listening to your body. And if your body's injured in any sort of way, to listen to it, right? Not just neglect it and just fight through it. So yesterday, my shoulder was sore. Now, I've gotten back into martial arts as of late, and I believe it was either Friday. I think it was Friday or Thursday, one of the two. We had a shoulder day, and obviously go hard on the shoulders, have to, is my genetic strong suit. But when you're doing martial arts, it is a struggle with the shoulders. You got to keep your hands up, you're throwing punches at a constant level. So your shoulders are getting quite the workout when you're doing martial arts and anything of that form, because obviously when you have to keep your shoulder up, or say your arms up, your shoulder's being worked. So I had to take a little bit of a rest yesterday. My shoulder was sore as heck. I woke up very, very sore. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give you guys an example of practicing what I preach. So I just let myself get a little bit of rest. Did some other stuff though, of course, because I don't know if I've said it before, but I'll say it now. Your brain is a muscle too. You work out hard on your body, your biceps, your chest, your back, whatever the case may be. But a lot of people neglect their brain. And how you work out your brain is reading, writing, any sort of creative measures, all those sorts of things. And if you're not encompassing that as well, then you're kind of lacking, because gains in general are made throughout working every muscle. And again, your brain's a muscle, you got to work it as well. Most important muscle as well, other than your heart. Your brain's definitely up there though in terms of importance. However, I do want to talk about something, because I have conversations with a lot of, more specifically Spencer, so shout out to Spencer, whether or not he's watching this video, someone at work, and we have conversations about goals and stuff like that. And yesterday we were talking about this, and I really do want to share this with you guys because it's very important. A lot of people have goals that are just outcome based. And what I mean by that, and first things first, there's nothing wrong with an outcome based goal. And what I mean specific with an outcome based goal is like, where do you see yourself in 10 years, right? And we'll do the gym because it's a lot easier to use, because obviously it's a gym channel. In 10 years, I want to be, 230 pounds lean, all those sorts of things, Number one, you got to be specific with your goal, regardless of if it is an outcome goal or whatnot. So be specific, number one. But to just achieve that, it's easy, and you're just kind of looking at the outcome of it. But the reality of it is, like, you're not just going to achieve the outcome. You got to kind of narrow that down and be like, okay, so from that outcome-based goal, what can I do for an actionable goal? And what I mean specific with that is, what can I do today to get me closer to that objective goal? Right? And number one would be obviously to show up to the gym, eat the right foods, and do the right things. So that's the way you got to look at it, because I think people just get fixated, and a lot of people who set goals just focus on that, and they don't focus on the actionability of it and the dailiness of it. Because again, a goal is a combination of small efforts, right? You don't just have a six-pack. It doesn't just occur that way. You have to work hard for it. You have to endure hardship for it, right? And also another mindset shift that you should do when you are trying to figure out what it is your goals are is not necessarily what outcome are you excited for, what outcome do you want. Ask yourself what pain you're willing to endure to achieve it. And if you're willing to endure the pain that it requires to achieve that goal, then that's the goal for you. Because it's so easy to say you want $1 million, or again, in the case of the gym, I want a six-pack, right? But it's not easy to wake up early, to eat the right foods, to cut out sugar, and to do those things. It's not easy. And that's the pain element that you have to look at, because that isn't an easy thing. There will be days, depending, of course, on what your goals are. But like Chris Bumstead, when he's on prep, he'll go out for dinner and he'll eat his food in his car or whatnot. And that's the reality of it. So you got to ask yourself, what's the pain I'm willing to endure rather than the outcome that I want? Because a lot of people are fixated on the outcome of something without realizing that it requires hard work and it requires sacrifice, pain, all those sorts of things. So you got to really frame it that way, guys, because nothing of value comes easy. And you got to remember that value derives from hard work. So we're going to put in that hard work at the gym today. I think we're going to head back. So without further ado, it's freaking gym time. I feel like I owe it to you guys to give full disclosure on what's going through my mind. And your boy didn't really fix up his hair today. I used no product, to be honest. I don't really have a reason for that. I'm just a little bit lazy. But, you know, I come in here a little self-conscious about the way my hair looks and whatnot. The reality of it is, though, man, no one really gives a fuck what my hair looks like. And you guys got to realize that, because a lot of people think that way about a lot of different things, whether it's their clothes or perhaps the way they look or the fact they're new to the gym or whatnot. No one gives a fuck, man. And that's the reality of it. You can't worry about what other people think. At the end of the day, everyone's got their own shit to focus on. And they might judge you for 10 seconds, but they're gonna go home and completely forget about you. So never fucking live in the fear of what other people may think. And don't let that limit you from doing what you want to do. And that's kind of why I felt like I should give you guys a disclosure there. Because yeah, I feel that way, but then I have that second voice in my mind that tells me the very thing I just told you guys. And eventually you'll build up that, you know, sort of secondary voice that actually benefits you. Not the inner bitch secondary voice, but that inner voice that actually benefits you, because again, no one really gives a fuck. You know, it's you versus you at the end of the day. The only person who can control what you do is you, all right? Never let that control alter from yourself to what other people think and what you perceive other people thinking, right? But we're gonna work into our first exercise, which is gonna be rows, just some barbell rows. Haven't done this one in a minute. Well, I shouldn't say so. I don't think we did it last week, but definitely an exercise to encompass. Always big advocate of the barbell rows, even dumbbell rows, but I don't really like the dumbbell rows for whatever reason, perhaps because I don't have an excuse. I won't lie. I don't like doing dumbbell rows because of how long it takes each arm, right? And especially because majority of the time when I do back day, I have a partner with me, and you know, doing one exercise each arm is just kind of counterintuitive because it takes a long for him to do his set versus me doing my set. But we'll probably throw it in today. We'll see. I mean, this is a row movement. Perhaps next week we'll throw it in. And also got to make the return to the deadlifts as well. Because deadlifts are an ultimate exercise, ultimate compound. I just want to let myself get a little rest in. I'm also going to hop back on creatine. I don't know if I said this, but I took a break from creatine. I haven't been taking creatine for probably like 4 months now. Maybe, yeah, 4 months, maybe 5. So they do say creatine, well, number one, creatine is the most tested supplement, but they also say creatine helps with your strength. So we're gonna have to test it out, see how the, you know, the deadlift, bench, all those sorts of movement improve, and see how the creatine actually works. So I guess this will be a good depiction of whether or not it actually works, because I have taken quite a hiatus from it, but we'll see what's up. But let's get right into this. Like I said, barbell row, we'll probably do about 10 reps here. I got 225, so we got 50 on the each side, 100, 145 in total. So it's not super heavy, but definitely a weight that I could definitely work with and control the eccentrics, get a little control movements in there. But I do want to go a bit heavier, so we'll progressively get heavier. But let's get this shit done. I think I might add 10s and see how we work with that, but that definitely felt like a good weight. I didn't control the eccentrics as much as I thought I would, but it's all good. I felt it, so that's what matters. And of course, with this exercise, make sure you're getting down right, because you can feel it in your lower back if you're just coming with a stiff back. Kind of bend your knees a bit into it, and make sure the bar goes below the knees. Get that full range, full stretch. Big advocate of the stretches, especially on back day. But let's get this shit done. You know, I've come to a realization that it's kind of known for the card talks and workouts, gym workouts, along with the kind of deep talks, which is okay, but it's kind of funny because I guess this kind of became a staple for me to talk in the car a little bit, try and give you guys a little bit of wisdom that I've learned throughout the day prior and the day of. But that's all right. I mean, hey, you get learned from different things. But I hope you guys find it informative. It definitely, you know, feedback's crucial, so let me know if you guys do fuck with it. But we're gonna work into our next first superset, but next exercise, which is gonna be pull-ups into, I wanna say a T-bar row, but it's not really a T-bar row. I was hoping to get a close grip, but that's all right. We're gonna work with what we have. It's just more of a diagonal grip. We're gonna work both of these for 4 sets, and I should mention, when I'm doing the barbell rows in between each set, I have my phone out for 45 seconds rest, go right back in and bang it out. I don't wanna rest too long, and especially when I'm by myself, I wanna make sure I'm keeping up that intensity level. Because again, guys, it's just another way to gauge progressive overload, and it's the best way to get the most out of an exercise. Because you just stand around and mentally imagine how long your rest is. You're gonna rest longer than you really need to or should, because again, you're just gonna want to go into it fresh. And that kind of plays a part with ego lifting, right? Because I won't lie to you guys, When I first started working out, I'd pick up a certain dumbbell to do for chest press, and I would, probably like 70s at that point in time, and I would be able to do 10 reps. But I'm like, if I did the 30 seconds rest, which is what I did back then, I'm not gonna be able to hit this next fucking set. So I would take a longer rest. I'd go on my phone, start scrolling on Instagram or whatnot, and then you get sucked into that fucking loop, which is insane. But if I give you guys one fucking law of the gym, and I say law because this is very important, other than the ones I've said before, because I mean, hey, putting away your weights and shit, those are laws as well. But one of the biggest laws for your own ability to get the most out of your workout is don't get sucked into the loop of scrolling on your phone at the gym. Don't open up Instagram, don't open up TikTok, don't open up anything, YouTube Shorts, any of that shit. Unless obviously you're gonna be using it to follow along with someone's workout or you wanna figure out the form for something. But other than that, there's no reason, man. I'll tell you guys right now, you get sucked in that loop, start scrolling for like 20 minutes, and you go back and you're like, I don't even want to work out anymore. You kind of lose the drive to want to work out. It's kind of hard to get back into it because it's kind of a flow state, right? When you start working out, you warm up your body, your heart rate starts to get elevated, your body gets used to getting stressed because it's what it is, you're creating stress. Then you're gonna be able to do the workout better, right? And you get in, like I said, that flow state where your mind's right, your body's right, whatnot. And then once you get out of that, it's a lot harder to get back into it. So just remember that. No fucking opening Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, or whatever the fuck you guys open. Just get your workout done. But we're gonna get right in this, like I said, pull-ups, and we're gonna go into a T-bar row right afterwards. No rest in between, and then when I'm off camera, I'll probably time to rest for a minute because I'm doing 2 different exercises. But let's get this shit done. Definitely got to get higher, but right in the T-bar row. Two more. That was loud. If you guys do choose to do the just the barbell, make sure you guys slap on 25s because you get more range of motion. And let's be honest, you're not trying to use 45s, but 4 sets, let's get it done. All right, we finished off that superset there. Definitely was a crazy one. Matching the rows with the pull-ups is definitely an insane one. I definitely know if I was to do the pull-ups secondary, it's a secondary superset movement there, they wouldn't be pretty. They wouldn't be any good. But at the last set there, I had to use the band, which again, I want to let you guys know, it's okay to use the band if you need to. Band's just gonna help you get better at pull-ups, and it's not like it's not a pussy shit, man. I mean, I feel like people have that bad ideology behind it, if it's pussy shit or whatnot, and I've heard it firsthand. But the reality of it is, it's gonna help you get better at pull-ups, and I mean, that is the objective, right? I want to get the most out of the workout that I possibly can. And of course, when your body fatigues, you can't expect it to work at the same capacity that it does when it's fully rested. But we're gonna work into our next superset, which is gonna be a lat pull down, or lat fly or what, I forgot what it's called actually. But we're gonna grab the rope and we're gonna come in like this. It's a lat pull over. Holy fuck, that was loud. But yeah, we're gonna do a lat pull over, and then we're gonna work into a single hand lat pull down as well. So you're gonna see what it is exactly. It's a little hard for me to talk while doing that because you're gonna see my back. But essentially I have a bench here, and I'm gonna be doing a single hand rotation, and really wanna emphasize that stretch at the top and also the contraction at the bottom because I have the single hand. So I might as well get the most out of the exercise, and that's the benefit of doing single hand movements, is you're able to get more of a contraction on one side. However, I have noticed before when I rotate too much, I'm starting to work other muscles other than my lats. So just a small rotation, which I'll show when I actually do it, but anything over it just kind of mitigates the amount of lat usage that you're actually using. But let's go right into this. 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, Definitely gonna have to lower the weight. Felt my triceps being used a little bit there, which means that I have too much weight on this, and I want to make sure I'm using my lats. Let's get into the next movement. Going to 12. Remember, full stretch. Two more. Okay, I'm gonna take a sec. I'm gonna show you guys what I mean by too much rotation. So this would be too much rotation. Versus, I just want that slight rotation. Nothing crazy, nothing substantial, but we're gonna do this for 4 sets in total. Which means we have 2 more. Let's get it done. Guess I gotta step back a bit, but finished off that superset. Genuinely, guys, can't stress enough, time your fucking rest. I genuinely don't think I see enough people doing it. To be fair, I don't even think I've ever seen anyone time their rest. And when you time your rest, like I said before, it's another measure of progressive overload, but it also makes the workout more intense, right? And again, resistance training requires resistance, which in turn can be viewed as intensity or obviously weight. There's other forms of resistance, but intensity is definitely a way of experiencing resistance, because you might be able to do a weight for a certain amount of reps, but try doing that weight for that certain amount of reps with timed rest in between, because then you know specifically how much you can actually do with a specific amount of rest. So you really got to remember that, because it is crucial to your growth, right? And like I said, I genuinely cannot say one time I've seen someone actually have their phone out with a timer gauging the rest that way. Most people, you know, they'll do a heavy weight and then they'll take like a 4-minute rest, 5-minute rest, which in turn, what does that do, right? I mean, if your objectives to lift heavy, sure, but if your objectives to get better physically and mentally, emotionally, get more of a better physique, you got to make sure that you're timing your rest. And I'll die on that hill, man. Time your fucking rest. Like I said, another way of gauging progressive overload, and in order to experience resistance, it has to be hard shit, right? So remember that. But we're gonna work into our next exercise. I've been liking the single hand movements today, especially because I am by myself and I don't really do it when I have partners for obvious reasons, right? I don't want to stand around waiting for them to do it. But this next one we're gonna be doing is a standing row. So I'm gonna bend over, I'm gonna hold the I'm gonna kind of scooch down, gonna grab the D handle. I'm gonna make sure I'm getting that full stretch, getting that pull it right into me. So just like a regular row, but because I'm standing here, I'm using stabilizer muscles, right? So that's another thing to remember. It's kind of a compound movement in that way. Any exercise that really works your stabilizer muscles is a good exercise, right? So remember that. Make sure you encompass stabilized movements in every workout you do. This one being back could be deadlifting, right? That's the stabilizer muscle being used. Even when I'm doing the bent over rows, that as well. Anything really machine that has you locked in a specific spot, that's taking away the, you know, obviously the stabilizer muscles. But we're gonna work right into this. 12 an arm, hopefully we'll see how this feels. I really wanna emphasize that full stretch. Remember that, full stretch. Let's get this. Slight rotation too. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That means I got up the weight, right? Let's go left arm. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wrapped up the weight, but we're gonna right into the next movement. This exercise more hits your traps, which I've said before. I typically hit on shoulder day, but it is a portion of the back, so it's good to hit it when you do it on your back day as well. You guys know what that means. You have to increase the weight on both of these exercises because I was able to hit the 15 rep range. Remember, if I could hit 12, there's no point in me just stopping at 12. If I feel like I could do more, I'm gonna do more, and then next set I'll just up the weight. Because remember, I specifically go and I aim for about 8 to 12 reps. So if I'm able to do more, it's just an indicator that I gotta increase the weight, right? But we're gonna do this 2 more sets, timing the rest in between, 1 minute. Let's get this shit done. Finished off the superset there. Had to increase the weight a couple more times actually after. 1 more time after, to really make sure that I'm getting the most out of the exercise. And that's kind of where you got to make sure you're pushing yourself, right? Because I could just do that, feel comfortable with it, and just do it. But the reality of it is, in order to see the gains and sort of see improvements, you got to put yourself in uncomfortable positions, and in this case, uncomfortable exercises in order to become better. If you finish off a set and you're like, oh, I feel okay, that's wrong. You should finish off a set and be like, holy fuck, that was crazy. Because that's the way we're trying to train, right? You gotta really push yourself. I know it's a little hard sometimes when you're by yourself to really push yourself, but you gotta build up that secondary voice in your mind that tells you to do better, holds you accountable to do better. But at the same time, it's kind of a little hack to have a partner there that really pushes you. Because then if you have a partner, you guys are competing against each other, pushing each other to become better. And again, the name of the game is to become better. So if you got people that help you that way, utilize it, right? But we're gonna work into, I think we're gonna do 2 more exercises and we're gonna call it a day, because we have done quite a lot. The back's fatigued, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I definitely feel like I got wings protruding out of my back, but we're gonna do a lat pull down, but we're gonna do a little differently. We're gonna do a close grip lat pull down, and we're gonna do a raise set. So if you guys aren't aware what a raise set is, the first set I'm gonna do is gonna be that full range of motion, getting that full stretch, bringing it down, try to control it to the best of my ability. And then after we complete the first set, we're gonna increase the weight, probably by 2, and we're gonna do full length partials. Now there's 2 ways of doing full length partials on this. I could do it from the stretch position and bring it down like this, or I could have it down here. But I feel like when I'm down here, I'm using more so on my arms, because I did do it for the first set just to gauge it. That way I can get a better understanding. So I'm gonna do this next set with it up and bring it down about halfway there. Essentially ego lifting, but it's really to exert myself because I am fatigued after doing the first set, right? And that's the name, right? If you're not fatigued after your first set, you're not making it count. And if you're doing drop sets, every set needs to count. Even though I know you're going for 3 sets, every set needs to count. You gotta be fatigued and you gotta be dropping the weight because you're fatigued, not because you just have to, right? But we're gonna work into this to get done. Now we raise it. All right. Full exertion. I'm gonna be doing probably 45 seconds rest in between each set for 5 sets in total, because I am just doing one exercise. I found that when I'm doing 2, I'll do a minute rest. When I'm doing 1, I'll just do a 45 seconds rest, even though this kind of is 2 in a sense, but I think 45 is a sweet spot. Time your rest. We got 3 more sets of this to get it done. You know, I had to run back into the gym because your boy freaking forgot his camera in the gym. So I came into my car, looked in my bag, because obviously I got to record the outro, to look for my camera, only to find out that I left it inside the gym. Silly me, but you know, you just gotta pay more attention. That's the lesson I learned from that. I gotta pay more attention to what's going on around me, because clearly I wasn't. I mean, I was in a different world or something like that. But the workout's all done. Your boy's back's feeling really good. I felt like it was a good workout today. But again, I was comparing myself. I was scrolling on Instagram, seeing some guys who were preparing for shows and whatnot, and being like, fuck, man, I wish I looked like that, or fuck, I'm small. But the reality of it is, I took a second, I looked back at where I started, and I realized the progression that I have made. And everyone is at a different point in their journey, and there's no point in comparing, because again, everyone goes through different journeys, everyone has different genetics, everyone has different shit going on. And the reality of it is, it's you versus you. The only competition in this world is yourself. So if you're doing better than you were yesterday, then you are winning your battle, to say the least. If you showed up to the gym regardless of wanting to go or not, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, today I did not want to go. However, now right after working out, I'm like, fuck, I'm hella motivated now. I want to hit a different body part and just absolutely destroy it. Part of it's probably because I've seen those videos, which is kind of the good thing of it as well, guys, is, you know, you can find motivation in it, but you can't compare yourself. At the end of the day, yeah, it's just so many things, so many factors, and for all I know, the guy that I was comparing myself to could be on steroids. You know, maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Doesn't really matter. Reality of it is, I'm not. I know what I can accomplish, and that's the only thing that really matters. Use it for motivation, sure, but again, don't compare. Comparing is a thief of joy. Can't say enough. But if you're new, hit that sub button. We're en route to 1,000 subscribers by the end of April, guys. Getting close, getting real freaking close. And at the time of this recording, we are at 858 subscribers. I appreciate you guys so very much. All the love, all the support does not go unnoticed. You guys truly are fucking awesome. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Drop a comment down below what book you're reading, because as I said at the beginning of the video, guys, reading is great because you gotta get that brain working, man. It's another muscle. If you're not working that muscle, what are you doing? So let me know. You're always curious. Me personally, I am currently reading The Subtle Art, or sorry, I think it's The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, which is a good book. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Very good book. Didn't expect it to be as good as it is, but hey man, I'm getting sucked into it and I'm reading it. Hit that post notification bell if you guys, so you guys don't miss a video, because you know your boy's posting 6 videos a week, 5 to 6, and we are grinding, we are becoming better, and I'm taking you guys along on that journey. Let's get better, guys. Have a blessed day and find your impetus. Goodbye.